a lot of things that do over.
What would be the
I try to eliminate the third quarter. You know, we played 3 quarters of pretty good football and 1 quarter of disastrous football. You know, they had 37 plays, 245 yards in the third quarter. We had 11 plays, 3 turnovers. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that in my entire coaching career. But the third quarter was disastrous for us, and didn't handle it well. I thought we were not engaged. They picked the tempo up and right down the field on us and scored, not unlike they did last year. And we didn't respond very well, I didn't think, and we didn't play very well.
Kristen ran the ball really well in his limited touches. Do you wish you could have gotten him involved a little bit more?
You mean the third quarter?
I mean, just the whole game.
Yeah, the game changed a little bit in the third quarter. I think we had, I felt like the first half we were fine. I thought our numbers were good, but in the third quarter, I think we had 8 out of those 11 plays. We had 8 first or second downs. We ran on 5 of those downs, and you know, we got about 6 yards on it. And then the game was changing because they were moving the ball so much on us that, you know, we had to respond to what they were doing. And but yeah, I mean, I thought he ran the ball well, and definitely was deserving of more touches in the game, no question.
Coach, did you see any warning signs at halftime that you know, going back out on the field, that you could have envisioned anything like that in the third quarter?
No, I think it just kind of, I think we were fine at halftime. I thought we played a great first half. I was very pleased with the first half. I said, but we have to play better in the second half than we even played in the first half. I thought we played as good. Special teams, not offensively. I was disappointed we kicked a field goal instead of a touchdown, but those things always come back to haunt you. But I thought our defense played well. I mean, we sacked the quarterback. They didn't have a whole lot of yards at that time. You know, I thought we were in good shape. You know, and I thought we had to play a better second half, but I thought we played a pretty good first half. Special teams, I thought was good all day. You know, so no, I didn't see any warning signs. I just think it kind of snowballed. You know, when they went right down the field on us and they changed the tempo up, and we didn't handle it very well. And I always think we have great composure, but I don't think we did at that point, you know, and we allowed them to do some things. And again, I always preface it by saying, you know, they did a good job. Take nothing away from their execution. I mean, that was a part of it, but we didn't help the situation very much.
In terms of all the cramping in the second half, especially on defense, is there an explanation for that, or exactly what went on there?
Yeah, I mean, you play, you know, defensive players are going to cramp more than offensive players simply because of what's asked of them. They do twice the running that a defensive player does. When they run one of those bubble screens, they run 11 in the ball game. It takes a limited amount of exercise by the offensive players, but all 11 guys on defense have to run to that thing. Those offensive linemen, that's kind of a playoff, and so they don't have to do that running. So the defensive players have to do it twice as much running as offensive players. So when you play, I've never been in a quarter that you had almost 40 plays in a quarter. That's 120 for the ball game. So they were exasperated. I mean, I think it. You know, I think we're in pretty good shape, but in the climate that we're in and the amount of reps that they had to do it at the speed they had to do it at, I think cramping was inevitable.
Coach, with an 0-3 all-time record at Cowboy Stadium, how much more important is it to go in there and get this win and continue to?
Thank you for reminding me of that. Appreciate it.
Well, with all this traveling, Aggies and all that, going to the Dallas area and all the players from the Dallas area, for them to get that win at Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, we just have to win. I mean, we just need a ball game. I mean, I don't care if we play at Bryan High School or A&M Consolidated or on a practice field. We just got to go win a football game. It happens to be up there, and we just got to go up there and play against a very good Arkansas team. You watch them on tape. They're a very typical SEC defense. They have a lot of guys that can run, very physical. Tyler Wilson is a good quarterback. Ronnie Wingo is a good running back. He averages about 4.6 yards per carry. Joe Adams has about 22 catches for a touchdown. They have good receivers, so they're a very good team. This will be a great test for us. This will be a great rebound game for us to be able to come back on track again. But it'll be a challenge, you know. And if we do what we did this past weekend, and we go in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and don't play up to our expectations, it'll be hard.
I know you're looking for the whole team to rebound, but is there anything specifically you want to see from Ryan, since he's, you know, the leader of the team as it comes on?
Well, Ryan basically, you know, we had three interceptions, but there's one of those was he got hit while he was throwing, and that's the only one I put on him. The other two we didn't run the route. You know, he's a precision passer. He's gonna throw where he's supposed to be. and we weren't where we were supposed to be when we were supposed to be there. So, but as far as Ryan Tannehill is concerned, I don't worry about Ryan Tannehill. He'll be ready to go. He's a competitor. Very disappointed about the loss, and he'll be a great leader going up to this ball game. I have no reservations about that.
You feel like just his personality will help kind of lead the team, so, you know, like people have talked about not letting this, you know, kind of bleed over.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we'll have a, you know, today's gonna be a rough day for him. I mean, it was a rough morning, it's gonna be rough this, you know, it's gonna be rough on him this afternoon too, but after today, you gotta flush it out, you gotta get ready for next week. You can't hang on to these things, and you gotta move forward. You gotta learn from your mistakes, but you can't hang on to them and let them play out in your brain, with, you know, some type of ghost circling around and reminding you of this and that and the other. You gotta go move forward, so we'll move forward, but today will be a tough day for him.
Is that hamstring
You mentioned the 11 screens, and it seemed like you never really solved that problem with the screen. What was going on there that y'all couldn't really?
Well, I think linemen more than anything, what they did was, they did a nice job. What they did was, they threw those screens, I mean, they went up, snapped the ball, we get enough calls in, and it was mainly getting lined up correctly, and matching up on them, you know, and they ran a lot of the screens, if you notice, into their sideline, which I thought was pretty good on their part. And so our guys are looking to this side, and they're throwing the ball over here, and then they have to go get lined up. They're looking for the signal on this side and have to get lined up over here. So I thought they did a real nice job with that package, but I think it was more alignment than anything. It really, and those screens, I mean, you can't run those screens in the NFL because they just blow up. Those receivers will die. I mean, they will kill them. And, I mean, literally. But they work in college pretty good.
Are those automatic kind of screens?
It probably, yeah. I mean, they saw that I mean, it's just a Mayday, we call it Mayday play, a hurry up play, get it out there quick, you know. We were a little late getting lined up, and they put it out there, and, you know, they just nickel and dime you with that, and they changed the tempo of the game. They did a nice job. To their credit, they did a real nice job with that.
Do you anticipate having Coryell back, and obviously he's such a key part of your defense as well?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a rough week, you know, with Coryell and Sean. I didn't know if Sean was going to play. I mean, he was able to find a way to get in the ball game. But you know, they're two of our best defensive players. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, he's not going to practice today, so we'll have to wait and see where he's at.
When did